You didn't do the beeps.
Fucking imposter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when we last met up, kind of a quiet episode, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
Went to track this supposed fiend in the warehouse, and battle ensued. Hard to find in the dark warehouse. Perhaps a character charmed, and when we last stopped, Aranoa received
Absolutely nothing of interest.
Oh,
Bob muted.
pretty great.
I can feel the
Yeah.
DMCA.
Well, who gives a crap? That only matters if you're monetized. We're not.
Alec, don't tell anyone.
We can play whatever we want as long as we're not making money off it. And as far as I'm aware, we're not making money off this.
Oh gosh, no.
Anyways, yeah. So we left off at this creature's turn. It used its action to do a full makeout with Aranoa. And at the end of that, Aranoa falls to the ground like a corpse.
God, I know that feeling.
Aranoa's down. I don't know about y'all, but I think we should just get the hell out of here. I don't think we can take this thing on.
It would be Flint's turn.
I'm not going to abandon
Am I?
Aranoa.
God, I am all the way over here.
Oh no, get her too, but I think
20,
say
25.
vault.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I don't think I have line of sight.
Am I not gonna be able to see what's happening?
What do you mean?
I'm still on the main, like on the dragon page, like the home page.
Really? That
I'm
doesn't
refreshing
make
now.
a damn
Let's
lick of
see.
sense.
I'll refresh and see if that fixes it.
Maybe
Okay.
because she's X'd out.
No, that's just a marker that shouldn't matter
Oh
at
right.
all.
What if that meant something, though? What if
I
that
know.
meant something?
You no longer see anything.
It says all the players are on that page, so if it's still funky, I'll just move
Okay, no,
everyone
it's
over.
there now.
Okay.
I can see now.
Goody goody.
All right, I don't think it would be, even from a metagame perspective, possible to see from anywhere over here. So I spend my turn
No.
dashing, and I'll take my bonus to dodge, I suppose. No. God, this is a long ass distance too.
I was cringing while you were walking the complete opposite way of the creature, knowing that this would be an inevitability at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes a
After I
creature
told you
disappears and you go the wrong way.
Yeah, absolutely.
At any rate, I will spend my action with... What do I even have at this point? Nothing that's going to save anybody's ass right now.
You dashed to get there, or you're...
Yeah, I dashed to get to this point, so
gotcha.
I've got the proper action left. I'm going to have to go with...
Oh, that's right. You're rogue. Never mind. You're
I
partial.
will prepare an action to fire my crossbow if the demon harlot shows up in my view range.
Okay. Well, we know what that is. Shrop.
So what?
What's that?
Sorry, devil harlot.
So you guys want to stay and fight? You think we can do this?
I plan to knock that bitch out, as they say.
Oh boy. I don't know how far you want to knock her out, but reminder, Tower, that you have dynamite. Okay. I guess I will proceed toward. I have to do an acrobatics check to move that, right? 25.
Sure.
All right. I can do this.
You're good.
Oh man, I just forgot how far that was. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to spend the rest. I'm gonna use dash and spend the rest to get down and kind of take cover-ish. Not really, but I'm down. Is there a check for that?
All right, take cover. Are you saying you want to get up on the,
Oh, no.
put your back to the side
Yeah.
of this box?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. They'll give you probably half cover at this moment.
Do I need to do a separate check to jump down, or is it just the extra movement?
No, it's just the extra movement.
All right, that's it for me.
Tower.
Is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then, well, damn. I suppose from here I will need to use that monk bonus action key movement, step of the wind, and go ahead and jump real high in the air, and hopefully using my body, the force of gravity, the arms of Fat Bottom Girl, pin this creature down with a grapple is what I'm hoping to do.
Okay.
And here comes that check.
Yeah, that definitely works.
And yeah, now I spent my bonus action and my action, and that's gonna be it.
So you're pinning her. You're pinning it down with Fat Bottom Girl.
Yeah, and also myself. Yeah, it's the whole of all of me is on top of this creature, pinning it down.
All right, they are grappled. I suppose is the thing. Let me see something. Do I got anything on here that's gonna look anywhere remotely close to that? I'm gonna use this net because. Okay. All right, so they are grappled with everything that goes along with being grappled. It is their turn. Have you? I think they tried to charm you before, didn't they?
They did try.
And then you are immune. And they'd know that. So instead, they are going to. Just gonna lash out with some claws. Yeah. Miss horribly. Or not necessarily miss, but claws scraping against your metal form, doing absolutely no damage whatsoever. And just let out a. Release me! And that's it.
I think not. You're not my type.
Back to you, Flint.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Stop.
I'm going to pull out the proper pistol. Take a shot with that. And cry a little.
Oh.
You see wood splinter off that wagon in the direction from behind you, Tower. As a bullet goes wild, misses its intended target.
You got the hell away from them, you harlot!
I won't make you roll it this time, but I guess that technically should have had disadvantage as well because they are currently prone.
Oh, I don't think I was going to miss any harder.
Shra? Exactly.
Can I get here? No problem.
If you got the movement, why not?
The space with.
I see.
And
Yeah.
I knew the guys were difficult terrain, so or the bodies.
I'll say that line of that column north to south is still walkable.
Tipple. Okay. I will try and rope.
That will. That's you, not them. That will not hit, unfortunately. It's hard to get that rope maneuvered between Tower and this creature.
I'm going to. What's on? Use a bonus action. No, I don't need that. Okay, I'm gonna action surge and try again. Oh, fuck. Okay. Well, that's it.
Okay.
Perhaps you can come in closer on your next turn and just wrap her up.
Is that possible?
Don't see why not. I'm holding her down.
It wouldn't be like a lasso trick. It would just be a straight up,
Oh, well, okay.
You
Thought
couldn't
I always
get closer,
had to
right?
Huh?
You couldn't get closer this turn, could you?
That's true. Okay, thank you. That makes me feel better.
Okay, Tower.
I do not believe.
Just for clarification, Carmen. Yeah, someone can take rope and try and tie somebody up if the other person can't stop them. Anyone can do that. So yeah, you can do that sort of thing just like anybody else. But if you're trying to do it like lasso style, that's what the other stuff is for. Sorry, go ahead, Tower.
Yeah, I wasn't really thinking. Just so used to having to go through all the steps.
I do not believe it's an additional action to maintain a grapple. I think that was just the thing that we got into.
I think they get a chance to break free at the end of their turn, and they do or they don't. So
gotcha. And I can. Well, here's the thing. Using the arms of Fat Bottom Girl, I am continuing to maintain this grapple pin while using my own arms to bring down a sharp quarterstaff next to the creature's head, just to intimidate it. And then follow that up with a couple further strikes from my own fucking fists. That's really peculiar.
Is this the same all the way around, huh? Okay, that's gonna do.
And that will be my action. Bonus action. I'm not going anywhere with her. So that's going to be it.
Just a 16 total, right?
It's 16 total. Yep.
Okay. Same second verse, same as the first. She will not. Wow. She is not rolling well. She will not claw through your metal hide again as the demonic fingertips rake against your metal exterior. She just starts rambling something in a language you have no recollection of, I assume. Clint.
I have 15, 20, 25. And I'm going to pull out grab my rapier and attempt to find where the rapier is here. It is not in there. Using a normal ass button.
Okay.
Oh, baby.
That will hit. Looks like 10 total damage.
And we are smiting.
Looks like 18 total damage.
Oh, should you not have advantage on this roll?
Should. Roll again, just for posterity.
All right. Stand D20.
Does she count as undead?
Crit.
No.
Okay.
Okay. So everything is as it stands.
All right. And then I've still got a bonus action.
Oh, I'm sorry. I moved on thinking you were done. My mistake.
And this is the moment where I remember I do not have crossbow expert on this character. But I do still have absolutely nothing that I can do with practical use with this bonus action. Carry on.
Alrighty. Now it's Shraw.
Gonna go and tie her up. If it follows the same rules of a hog tie, it's only once per hour that they get to try and escape, and they become paralyzed.
Okay. Well, she is grappled currently, and you're trying to get her restrained, or...
I don't know what happens normally when you just go to tying someone up. I'd like to do obviously restrict the most possible.
Okay. Well, she is being pinned down by a tower. In between the two of you, I'd say you could get her roped up. Sure.
That's it for me.
Tower.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and continue to hit this thing with as much as I can.
That second, the fat bottom girl will hit.
And yeah, that's my action and bonus action. So
Getting hard to find her token and all this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it looks like just 7. Is that right?
yeah,
I
it's
missed
just
something. Okay.
Nope. I don't want this thing to be awake anymore.
Does that conclude your turn?
It will.
The ropes fall flat to the ground.
God damn it.
Yeah,
Y'all
damn it,
still
you got
want to leave now? We can grab her and go.
Even if I wanted to bring her alive, it's starting to get difficult to even do that.
You can heal her, right, Sheriff? You haven't tried to put any life into her.
It is my turn. I would like to attempt.
It will be in just a second. I'm sorry. I needed just 1 second to finish
Sorry,
the turn
I
was
forgot
on.
it simply disappeared.
Yes, now it is your turn.
All right, incredibly flustered. I'm gonna do everything in my power right now. Lay on hands.
Laying on hands on Aranoa.
Yep.
You feel your magic wash over her and dissipate.
What happened?
In an act of desperation with a 0 medicine check, I'm gonna try and kickstart their heart again. A thump on the chest. Live, damn you!
Okay.
Oh, do you want an actual medicine check?
Yeah, I did. Yes.
I don't expect it to work out.
You pound against her flesh, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem effective. I was ready for you to crit that, by the way.
All right, that's gonna be a turn.
Okay. Draw. The good news is, as this creature keeps slipping your lassos, it's not breaking them.
Silver
Yeah.
lining.
I'm gonna get out my whip and hold my action to whip if it appears within 10 feet of me.
Okay, assuming we're moving on, I will move on to tower. Oop, and actually go 1 too far, apparently. So go ahead and take your turn, tower.
I am going to walk over to the steel defender and check on its condition.
I'm not entirely versed in all the ins and outs of the steel defender. So Wendy, what exactly happens when your character is in the state that she's in? What happens to your steel defender?
I'm double checking right now, but I believe it's basically just inert. It's not gonna respond. Because it's powered by like the magic of the battle mage, and so since I'm dead, I'm assuming there is no magic left to power it.
Oh, that sounds about right. You go to inspect this metal creature, and it seems like whatever the arcane energy that powers it is gone.
Yeah. Well, I guess I need to keep an eye out and ready an attack with my quarterstaff for any succubi that may come along, and that will be my turn.
Okay. Everyone that's clustered right there will instantly see a trail of blood traveling south towards a end of an aisleway as the succubus is what's the word I'm looking for?
Injured?
Well, yes,
Apparating?
but they appear along with the blood trail. They are kind of up against the sides of the crates, kind of clutching them in sort of a submissive shielding way, clawed hands stretched in your direction. Peace. They look very rough. That's their turn. And now it is Flint's turn. Don't worry, we'll cut out this awkward silence in post.
Yeah, it happens automatically, actually. So it's pretty awesome.
Except now we're going to hear you talking about that, which is worse.
So that means now we just have to have side chatter, right?
I mean, no, not necessarily. Like, now actually side chatter is worse. Yeah, like it's like Carmen said, but like it doesn't really matter because again, not a show.
Right.
It's confirmed. Steel Defender perishes.
Perishes or like...
It says perishes.
Then perish.
Well, whatever that means. Okay.
Yeah,
So
the
it's me
Defender also
there.
perishes if you die.
Yeah, I'm deciding that just means that the magic that's powering it leaves it. So it is just an inert, unidentified bestial wolf-like form.
Metallic. Form.
Metallic form. Right, yes. Excuse me.
All right, so at this point, Flint is about done with what has happened here. My name is Flint Westhill. You've killed my deputy. Prepare to die.
Alive, Sheriff.
We'll see. And I'm going to make a rapier attack. This is where I would have used inspiration if I had one.
Is that a mechanic in 5e? I didn't realize.
Inspiration?
Yeah, I was joking.
If only you had it.
Right.
Your rapier hits the crates behind her, just missing.
All right, I'm not going to pump a smite into that, but like Divine Fury. And I don't think I have anything good to do with my bonus action here, so end turn.
Traw. You hit the hole that Flint made with his rapier.
God damn. Don't think I... Yeah, I don't have anything else, so that's it for me.
Okay, tower.
I'm gonna putter over this direction, stand over a body, say, I am glad you are so short, Sheriff. As I take a shot. Oh, that should not have advantage.
So it's the 12?
It's the 12.
You plug the hole that was whipped. That was created by the rapier.
Brilliant.
How are we being so precise, though? Into the hole.
Yeah, it's
Stop aiming for the hole. Let's start aiming for the fiend.
Speaking of aiming for the fiend, I'm going to martial arts fat bottom girl follow that up from where I'm at. And yeah.
Okay. And noted. That will connect with her. You'd know that.
Cool.
I know that Aranoa was charmed or had an attempt on her. I know that Tower did. Did the other two ever have any attempts? Just curious. No particular reason. Why?
Not me.
Did I?
I don't
I'm
think
scrolling
so.
up just in case.
It'd be way up.
Yeah, and my roping wasn't there because there's a lot of testing of the bullets, so it's definitely not.
Oh, would it be past the bullets? Yeah, I don't think it exists anymore.
It'd be 2 sessions ago now.
I don't think I was asked in this game to secretly make a save.
I don't think so because Aranoa and Tower were the ones right next to it initially, and I was kind of like here, and then the sheriff was like way back here. So.
Okay, well, for no particular reason, Flint, will you please roll a wisdom save?
Well, since you asked so kindly, I think it's still standard save, wisdom.
Okay, good to know. Nothing to worry about.
Let me double check the exact circumstances of that status. Assuming I'm about to be hit with that status.
She just puts her hands up again in the direction of this group and peace, and kind of puts her arms out as if like, cuff me, sheriff. You know what I mean? Like just fully giving up.
You'll just disappear. How can we trust you?
It is your turn as well, Flint.
Right, just checking the thing real quick.
I won't do
Yeah,
that.
all right.
If I do that.
So, I look at her, and it hurts every fiber of my being. I'm just going to, wait, she's got hands out for cuffs, right?
Mhm.
Do I actually own manacles? That is on the list of things I should probably acquire for this character.
If you don't, you do. Okay, like it would be silly if you didn't.
Fair enough. Demon, devil, hell spawn, as I whip out my manacles.
Sheriff, I can't even with this right now.
And I clasp her with manacles.
You see tears stream down her face as those manacles go around already very worn, sore wrists.
Well, let me double check some things. It's like, now if you just stop fighting us, maybe we'll start thinking about something. Or God, I'm so flustered by this that I lost the Western accent and went into full Dwarven.
Yeah.
I was gonna mention that on my turn.
Assuming that's what you do for your turn, that sounds like an action.
Boy, the accent's slipping.
I get up close and say, how can we trust that you'll go with us when you killed our friend? And I kind of like show my teeth like ready to bite if she comes at me.
Good question. It just says peace.
But I do nothing, but I hold my action in case she tries to attack myself or any of my friends. I will bite.
Okay.
Well,
At this point, like, this creature doesn't appear to be a threat to you, I would say. We're technically out of combat, honestly. I don't really want to keep going through this turn order for no good reason.
okay. How many turns?
But I mean,
has-
Tower, go ahead. I mean, I technically did that before
Sure.
you got a chance to do anything, so feel free.
Sheriff, give me one good reason why I shouldn't shoot this thing right now. Okay.
Honestly, Flint cannot give one. It's like, I can't do it. I just
Okay.
can't do it.
With that being said,
Well, she'll be unconscious then.
My mind is telling me yes, but my body is telling me no.
Since Flint is fully telegraphing that he's charmed, I don't have to whisper the fact that you're still charmed.
I'm going to take a step away over here, but I will not do anything else here.
when one's accent begins to slip and return to their native tongue, you know that one's mind is not in the right place.
Considering when these folks went down and the time that has passed since, these jabronis are going to start rousing.
Oh, right. Because they're not dead. It's like, oh my god, what?
Zombies.
They'll see
What?
somebody towering
I see what happened.
over them and ask them, "We're taking her in. Are you going to be any more trouble?"
They kind of assess the situation and see that she's been, what's the words? Cuffed and unconscious, and they immediately, their guns are on the ground, of course, they're unarmed, their hands are up, and no, we'll not be, please, do not take her to Radovan. Please, I beg you. We could not trust you. We will be no problem.
Why wouldn't we take her back?
Radovan, very bad man. He take this creature and use her. We wanted to help her, get her free of him, but he's very powerful.
Are you aware that this creature is able to play with people's minds and kill with a touch?
She killed our friend over there.
Yep.
First question, Yes, and sorry about your friend, but it's very desperate situation. She's certainly more scared than anything else, I promise.
My understanding of the law in these matters is that she is somebody who is able to be killed on sight as is, and under the current circumstances, I am more than willing to do such a thing. However, the job I was given is to bring her back, and the rules that I've set for myself is that I am to bring her back alive. I have no reason to trust that your mind has not been tampered with in such a way as to try to convince you to convince me not to.
You seem very knowledgeable of these creatures, so you must know they can only affect one person at a time. Only one, and only for a day at most. You have clearly suffered such things, and I am still advocating. Yes?
Yes.
Have you talked to Radovan about it?
No, no. It would not go well. We we are at your mercy. If you bring her to him, then she will go back to, and will be killed. That is certain.
I hate every little bit of this.
Well,
None of this was our plan. She was to hide here in the warehouse until we could steal Radovan's. He has a device. His cane. It controls her. You see, and he points towards her. A few sessions ago, I pointed out she had like some kind of choker with some kind of piece on the end. With that, she can control her, keep her from killing him, all while doing his twisted things. She was supposed to wait here, and then we would steal that so he could not control her, and then she could be free. But then you came, and well, here we are.
So are you telling me he was controlling her this whole time?
No. This is self-defense. That's the way he controls her. Normally, leaves her unable to stop his desires.
Sheriff,
I continue to
law-
hate every last bit of this.
what does the law say about protection of creatures such as this and their rights?
I'd say that morally, the entire situation is borked.
Why did he need us if he could control her?
He could not find her. He wants you to bring her to him. It's a range. It's within a certain distance of his staff. She is under his control.
She was in another form before this. When does she shift and why?
She goes out to hide herself. She can do it whenever she wants to. But that, from what I understand, that is part of her usefulness to Radovan.
What does he use her for?
He's going to turn and look at the nearest other party member with a look that says, please don't make me say it.
I understand. Sheriff, the law?
Law ain't happy about this. Law ain't happy about any of it.
But does it protect creatures like her?
No, I don't think it would.
Tower
the strict
past? Okay, go ahead.
This,
Yep. Let the sheriff answer. I'm sorry. Go. Yep.
The strict stipulations of the law of humanoid creatures states that no, she does not indeed have any protection under such circumstances, strictly speaking.
And what about if it's true of how he's using her, like, is slavery a thing here or something, or?
There doesn't...
Nope.
I would say that there's probably not legal precedent for what's going here. Like, a monstrous creature probably doesn't have rights under civilized law.
Right.
And, yeah. I don't know that would be great in the eye of society to know that some freak had a fiend that they were doing unspeakable acts to, but,
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that we were sent along to do this, so keep it on the down low.
That being the case, Sheriff, and Tower steps past this person here, if there's one part of my code that I am willing to compromise, that is going forward with the job for money when I find out that it is morally reprehensible to me.
Yes, it is all very morally reprehensible, every last ounce of this whole situation. screams out against common decency.
There is exactly one way to move past this, in my eyes. And Power pulls out its quarterstaff again and puts the point of it against this thing's skull on the ground. And suffer not a demon to live, right?
What?
She shouldn't be tortured any longer. I agree with that entirely. That is wrong. However, she did kill our friend, and it's entirely within our rights to kill her, being the devil she is. She's had a sad existence, but also an evil one, and I believe it is time for us to end it.
It is a tragedy and it is a mercy, and I cannot do this myself. A murder's a murder.
I've killed before, and
Hold
Tower...
Turn away, Sheriff.
Hold.
Yep, you got it.
Holding.
See, but this silence should be kept in there for dramatic.
At least part of it, right? There's options for that.
I'm going to
And unpause.
Tower would like to perform a coup de grace, I guess.
I'm going to interpose myself between.
Sheriff, do you disagree with my assessment of the situation?
I'm going to hold my rapier up towards Tower. It's like, no, can't do it. I cannot allow even more senseless bloodshed than what has already happened. She has suffered.
Perhaps we should alert the local authorities of the whole situation and let them decide.
Flint, she killed Aranoa. Let me do this.
Understand what she did. I understand. But I still cannot allow it to pass.
Flint is the sheriff and the law, and Tower will stand down.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt what is happening here, but you could just leave now and let us continue with our plan, or you could help us, or I guess you could choose to kill us. I don't know.
What were you planning on?
Y'all.
What were you planning on doing with her?
We were planning to get Radovan's staff so he could not control her, and then he would be less powerful, and we could replace him.
With
This
who?
is the only things he is guilty of.
Certainly does seem to be the type with many skeletons in the closet.
The world would not miss him.
Either way, at the end of this, based on the decisions we've made thus far, and what I assume we will not be going through with, we are making a powerful enemy tonight.
That wouldn't be the first one. Honestly, anything to get under Radovan's skin. And I'm going to look.
Gentlefolk. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I would like to look to the fiendish lady. I need your solemn oath, man.
She's out cold.
Damn it.
You can revive her if you want, but she got shot in the face with a rubber bullet, so.
Well, in that case.
I love that imagery, though.
I need you to
Damn it,
promise.
you're still out.
Gentlemen, what is the closest temple you know of?
Probably.
Before I ask that, sorry. Before I ask that as a character, as a player, what's resurrection look like on this planet, on this world, in this setting? Is it very D&D like? Is it unique?
Clarify that question, please.
I mean, as far as D&D rules go, pretty much any caster of the certain level with the certain spells and the proper amount of diamond can resurrect somebody given the right amount of time and speed. Other rules might apply in other settings is all. There might be more restrictions to it.
Yeah, on a scale of did you bring the body to are you high right now? How hard is it to resurrect someone?
It's not easy. It does require all those things the spell does. I believe, I know it's somewhere, but off the top of my head, there's a chance for failure. It takes, and I'm totally stealing this now because I did like it and I always wanted to steal it, and here we are. So it is a ritual of sorts. There's a DC that is set based on how many times you've died, and 3 separate checks that 3 separate people can make to try and affect that DC positively or negatively. And at the end of those 3 checks, we roll a d20, or I roll a d20, and we find out what happens. We still need the diamond, and you still need someone that can actually cast us that particular spell.
I think the business that we should be attending to then, if not this, is to find a temple and a proper resurrector and get on with that business. I've never had the gold to be able to afford to do something like this, and now that someone I care about has passed, and I want to give them as best an opportunity to come back as I can.
Agreed.
Fortunately, by the time all this is done and by the time you get this person to a place where that could be a thing, it's been longer than a minute.
Yes.
So,
Should we unshackle her?
I leave that up to the sheriff myself.
Well, I can't trust her going around not doing the horrible things that she done to Aranoa, so I say the shackles stay, but otherwise, she may remain.
Then let's get out of here.
Are they not going to unshackle her the moment we leave?
I'm going to take a look at those, at these two mooks and give them the stink eye.
I mean, how easy is it to take them off if you don't have the key?
I mean, that too. Do you want an intimidation to see if they won't, like, immediately try?
no.
All right.
If you're going to leave these people
Yeah.
to their life and not progress either direction on any of this, why in the hell would anything you do stop them from doing whatever the hell they're going to do? That's my question.
Yeah, fair enough.
By not ending it here, one way or another, we are choosing to wash our hands of the whole situation and leave whatever to happen. I don't love that as a possibility either.
But we gotta save our friend.
You're not wrong about that.
Unless I'm being ridiculous and forgetting something, I think the next best thing you can do is raise dead.
Yeah, I think that I looked into
I
it
think
as far
that's
as
it.
which I think is
500
fifth
gold
level.
diamond,
Yeah.
5th level.
But first things first, we need to find a good cleric in this town.
All right. Did you actually ask that question about the temple? And
yes,
did they
yeah.
answer?
Yes.
Okay,
Then
then
yes, with that being in the case, I would then ask the question.
Then they would tell you, yes, there is many temples around the city, but the closest one to the docks is probably a temple to. Let me just double check what their name is. What the? Oh, that's the wrong paper. Just looking for the name here.
You know, Wendy, you probably
Sobek.
could have watched the episode when it came out tomorrow.
She wanted to be here, okay?
Yeah, I was gonna be, just sitting around, like, listening to your end of D&D, wondering what the hell is happening? No, I'm here.
You said Sobek
Mm-hmm. The god of all water and crocodiles.
Huh?
and Seaman.
The area of where this, I keep doing it, even though this is kind of landlocked. It isn't. There's like a large river that runs through this area and cuts partway, like borders this city. I keep trying to add water, like a waterfront, warehouse district, and I'm gonna stop fighting my instincts and just say, yeah, duh. There's a big river here.
Yeah, it's that Gotham City thing. It fucked with us for the rest of our lives. There will never not be a waterfront warehouse district.
Yeah, I've just been picturing it that way the whole time, even though the way I've rudimentary drawn a world map, it doesn't. I'll just have to add a big river. That's all. So, it's fine. It's all
Which
good.
goes well with the Egypt theme.
Mm-hmm, exactly. Good point. Should be a really big river that goes through many different places.
Oh.
Yeah, you see, not including one just puts you in denial.
That also that also fits with the Western theme with the Mississippi.
Yep, exactly.
That's true. Gosh
Yeah.
darn.
double
rivers.
dipping that delicious chicken in all the sauce. Okay.
Gross.
Free world building advice. Put a river on that shit.
But yes.
Well, this has been fun, gentlemen, but we need to get going.
And they're kind of like confused. Like they really thought you were either going to take her back to Radovan or help them
Nah, we ain't
let
doing
her,
that
like free
shit.
her, and they're just so confused and just dumbstruck as you leave.
Don't worry about it, fellows. I am confused as well. And I go to pick up Aaron Noah.
How heavy's the steel defender?
Good question.
Medium creature,
Yes.
well over 100 pounds. I'm
Wait,
just
we
gonna go ahead-
still have our cart, right? Or did
I mean, it's around.
It's not here. It's not
Right.
like-
So we could eventually come and get it with that, or how do we
you want-
cart this
If
thing
you want to
around?
leave it here, sure.
Oh, I do not want to leave it anywhere around here. I mean,
me
if
one
somebody wants to
second.
carry Aranoa, I'll carry the Steel Defender.
It's around 180 pounds.
Strength
anyone's
score
wondering-
multiplied by 15.
If anyone's wondering how I came up with that number, it's because Aranoa has continuously said that it is about a wolf size, but not a wolf.
Yes.
And an average weight of a wolf is 180 pounds.
Yeah.
Well, that's the top end, but this is the Steel Defender, so I feel like it should
it would be
should be
handy.
hardy.
All right, I should have plenty of. Oh damn! If we're going by that,
I mean, I guess my strength is pretty good. I could probably get Aranoa if you want to get Steel Defender.
I mean, I don't want to bog this down with exact weight
Right.
limits because, I mean, that can be fun, but in this case, I don't think it is. It's just going to make your pace be a lot slower through the city as you haul a corpse and a machine between the three of you. You can do it.
Oh, I saw a fat bottom girl for like 8 minutes, and that's who's carrying Aranoa for 8 minutes.
And for sake of brevity, because I know we're kind of going over time, but I don't know if people want to
It's
stop
important.
right now.
I'm good for another few minutes at least.
Okay.
What
You-
time is it? Are we able to go into a shop to get a diamond, or does someone happen to have one?
It is late in the night, actually, because that's how this panned out. You got
Sure.
here late in the night and encountered this creature. So the shops would not be open, but the temple would be. It seems
Right.
like the temples are never closed.
Well, I suppose we can go there and explain things, and then get the diamond as soon as shops open.
Oh, I didn't even realize that a diamond was going to be necessary. Have
it-
you been through a resurrection before?
Right.
No?
Actually, perhaps.
I don't know. Like, I've never seen one myself.
Here, I'm gonna bring us over here too while we're at it, just because we're not really
Sure.
there anymore. We're somewhere else.
I've seen a lot of things in my life.
I would say that general knowledge, you would know it's expensive, and yeah, diamonds are usually the way.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
sure we can find a diamond somewhere in town.
I
Come
mean, it's a
on.
magic world too, and there's a soldier from some of those wars. You know of it, not necessarily how
Sure.
or the full.
Yeah.
implications of
I
it.
hear tales of the miracles being performed. Big stuff. It's a hell of. Yeah,
It's
it's
an
a hell of
elitist,
a lot expensive, and the kinds of people who could afford
luxury.
it don't usually have to worry about the issue.
The Elon Musks of this world are the ones who usually have access to it, not necessarily the common folk.
But only the Elon Musks? That's
Well-
not very many.
Exactly.
There's like 700 of them apparently, and targeted by the new bill, right? Anyway,
It's not just money that's the barrier, although that is a big barrier.
sure. There's a
Oh,
couple.
you have to
Because
be conceited
You,
too?
being a player character or a heroic character, you might get a false sense of what the economy is like, but most people don't carry 500 gold around in their pockets.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a
We're
shit.
very, very rich. Yes.
Try 5,000.
Ooh.
What? Says some
That's
shady
it.
looking guy with a hood down an alleyway.
Like I said, most folk who have that kind of money don't usually have to worry about this kind of problem.
Right.
I'd
But,
like
you
to-
know,
Also, I'm imagining like a gnome with. I'm just imagining a Jeff Bezos gnome, like building a spell jammer now.
You'd like to what?
Knock on the temple door.
You do. It begins to open. You see a lizard folk in modest robes on the other side.
Greetings.
Greetings. Looks older. The scales are cloudy.
How can I help y'all?
Well, as you can see here, a body is held out. We
There's been a. Go ahead.
ran into a devil, and well, our friend, well, ...
Come in. Come in. Not much emotion on the face of this creature. I'm not sure myself how much Shra usually exhibits.
Not
But-
much.
It's hard to read these. You're used to looking at Shra's face enough. It's hard to read the emotion on them sometimes, and it can often
Absolutely.
come off a little cold. And as you do enter, it is lit by braziers and some nearby torches. The walls and there's pillars that are lined with oceanography. Is that the right word? No. Ocean design.
Iconography?
Yes, that's what I'm looking for. And some crocodile mixed in there as well. In the center, there is a large statue of Sobek with the humanoid form with the alligator head, staff in hand, and a pool of water that it's sort of in the center of, like a circular pool, filled with about 2 feet of crystal clear water and just a nice patterned mosaic at the bottom. And this person kind of walks by all that to bring you to like a back tabled area.
Place them here and we can examine.
Yes, and I do.
Love what you're doing with the place, by the way.
Not my. Not. I am not the interior decorator. It has been this way for many, many years. Thank you.
Sorry, just trying to make some levity here.
It's always important to make these interactions buoyant. Well, shall we?
And they begin to kind of move over the body, examining the extent, the tongue licking dangerously close to the corpse at times.
Wasn't too long ago. I can sense that. Unfortunately, not soon enough. The magic. Sorry. If it was sooner, then we could use more rudimentary magics to possibly bring this person back. Unfortunately, it's been long enough. We'll need something, unfortunately, well outside my skill set. Have you a diamond for?
We can procure one in the morning.
Okay, let me see.
Will the morning be too late for even the advanced magics then?
Yeah, what's the time limit looking like on this?
I'm thinking.
Oh, fair enough. I do not mean
As
to
his thoughts sound like a page turning.
correct.
He flips through his mental guide of miscellanea.
We didn't have any gems, did we?
Not that I'm aware of.
I got some onyx, but that's pretty far in the opposite direction of what he's asking.
It will be fine, provided we procure all the necessary things within 10 days. If it was longer than 10 days, then we would perhaps have to go beyond that. We would need even more requirements, but unfortunately, our ranking cleric is on sabbatical. We would truly need the guidance of Monsignor Caladan. He will be gone for a week, but I could prepare the body in such a way to help keep it along without spoiling, if that sounds all right with you.
Do you know of anyone else nearby?
Not that we don't appreciate Sobek and all Sobek does, but we are rather looking to do this a bit sooner than a week from now.
I understand. Monsignor Caladan is the resident resurrector.
And looking very nervous, like a doctor telling a patient he has cancer.
I'm not sure how much more I can assist you. You're welcome to seek help elsewhere, but as I said, Monsignor Caladan will not be back for a week's time, and without his assistance, I'm not sure what else can be done. If you were to wait, I would suggest the keeping preparations and perhaps putting this body in the ground temporarily so that it may rest. No need to put any more suffering on this creature.
We're how far away from other town? I mean, this is the largest city in the area, right?
Correct.
So I assume there's not many other people that are close enough for us to be able to go to someone else. What do you think? I look at my friends.
It sounded like it's this or nothing.
And I very much prefer this to nothing. 1 week is well within the 10-day period that we are told that we have, and I believe that should work out fine. It's not the best, but we can hang out, as it were, for a week.
I must be the bearer of a little more bad news, I'm afraid. We cannot hold the body here in the temple for that long. You'll have to take it yourselves. Again, I do suggest an undertaker for the time, you just for keeping.
And you mentioned that you could prepare it for a lack of spoilage in the meantime. Is that correct?
That is correct. I can send a letter ascending to Monsignor Caladan, so he can meet you at a location specified by you at the end of his sabbatical.
That seems appropriate to me. Yes, somewhere in
Oh,
town.
hold on. I got good news. When we get up this tomorrow morning, don't let me forget. Gentle repose. I can perform the pseudo embalming myself.
You'd know that's exactly what he was going to do.
And
Yeah, don't worry. I got the magic touch for this.
And approximately what contribution to the church would Lord Caliban be expecting upon performing such a ritual?
Well, of course, if you're providing the gem yourself,
Yes.
and the humble asking of whatever you feel is best, of course. Most of our patrons will usually offer somewhere in the ballpark of 5,000 gold for such a service.
Understood. After a pause in processing.
We'll do what we can to scrounge.
So yes, if you could, please send that letter and possibly another one after you receive a response letting us know where and when to be.
As I said, the location that Monsignor Caladan can meet you is, of course, at your discretion. Often in situations, family members like to return the deceased home for such a procedure, as that can help in the rituals. A connection, a place that connects personally, can often strengthen the bonds. Not necessary, of course. But that will be at your discretion, and I will need to know that before I can send the letter, unfortunately.
We're, how far away are we? A couple days
From what?
our town?
1 week.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's all syncing up, not exactly on purpose.
sure.
But
So wait, upon returning from sabbatical, Lord Savros can appear anywhere that we so choose?
Well, if I reach him now, he can start his journey, and depending on where the location is, I'm sure he can make his way.
Shall we head home then?
And, well,
But the body needs to remain buried in that time.
that is merely a suggestion for safety.
With Flint.
The
Yes.
better Noah keeps, the better the ritual.
you would know, like, even if it's gentle repose, keeping a corpse around with you, like, weekend at burning a corpse in a tavern and stuff is very awkward, no matter who the hell you are. That's all he's saying. If it's not coming out clear, he's just saying, like, if you bury it in a place, that could all be good. Like,
Oh, I
people
thought
will
it
freak
could also-
out. There's a
thought it was
connection. If you
literally
do it at home,
the earth and stuff.
if you do it at home, then there's like a good bond with the person's soul. It might help. It's not a must. It's a could be good. I'm just trying to lay out as a DM, I was just trying to lay out some good options for you to think about. But yeah, not pigeonhole necessarily.
So it sounds like the best, according to this good cleric monk. Don't know. It's weird. Clerics and monks. It's fine. Monks are different.
They're probably
anyhow.
cleric based the way on they're dressed and the way they're
Right.
They
I'm
seem
just
more cleric-y. Yeah, I know.
the word monk just means something different in this world than it would religious wise. It's fine. Moving past that. So it seems like the two best options for us in this situation are to bury the body and do it somewhere around here, or carry Aranoa with us home, perhaps wrapped up and of course kept in our cage wagon of sorts and do the ritual back at home.
Were we out here for other business? It was just to sell the stuff, sell the scroll, and
Get more
that was
work,
it?
really. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Okay.
just
Sales and
starting
bounties.
we're
Well,
starting our adventure.
You've sort of done everything you came to do,
Right,
except you
okay.
didn't finish that bounty.
Right.
Sure, and we're not gonna.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, whatever. I'm just saying.
I wash my
It-
damn
no.
hands of this.
Yeah,
It might be nice for her to wake up in our hometown.
and we can get a fresh start from there. Do you have any fresh linens around? Something that might be nice to wrap her up in for our travels.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
And he'll just go grab you some linens. So you're planning to go to Mayfield with her?
Yeah, I think so.
And telling him that, he will send the sending.
He will meet you in Mayfield in 1 week and 12 hours time.
All right. We will try to be there at exactly that time. We do need to find a diamond in the meantime.
Sorry, my apologies. 1 week and a day's time.
Ah, yes. 8 days.
All right.
All right, you wouldn't happen to know a jeweler who happens to have a sufficient diamond on him.
Material things are not the way of Sebek. But there are quite a few jewelers in town. I'm
Did
sure
we
ask around.
go to one already? Because did
You've
we
been
turn
to
in
one-
some?
You've been to a jeweler in
The other.
Brightfield.
Yeah.
Not Mayfield, but Brightfield.
Hmm.
You went to a magic book. You went to a book/magic bookstore / scroll store.
Well, that's on our way back, right?
Brightfield?
Yes.
Sure is.
So we
However,
could-
if we stop by there, we are leaving it to chance that they do indeed have the exact kind of diamond we are looking for.
And remind me, is it one diamond or is it diamond dust for this kind of thing?
I believe it's a full-on diamond.
Fuck. Okay, we should definitely check for a diamond
Check
here
here,
while we have an
and then
opportunity.
leave.
Yeah.
I was just trying to head out as soon as possible, but that's right. We
A
should.
diamond worth at least 500 gold.
So yeah, we'll check around here in the morning and then leave ASAP after that, booking back home.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
With the plan in action, I'll say you wake up the next day, fully rested.
Woo, long rest.
You can, if you have the gold to do it, you can acquire that diamond.
I will pay for that diamond.
And if you're making your way back to Mayfield immediately, is that the case?
I believe so.
Tao,
Yes.
You will
Tao,
make it.
you can hold on to your money, Tower. I've got this covered.
You will make it back to Mayfield. No issues.
Oh, great. Well, that was a long week of travel in which I definitely spent a lot of time practicing my acrobatics.
Yeah, if you have things like that, you can just know that you don't have to do it right this second if you don't want to. But know that a week has passed and you can have a week's worth of advancement on those little things you're keeping track of.
Excellent.
And I even notated it myself just in case we forget and for some reason. Are you going to bury her?
Yeah.
I mean, she'll only be buried for a day, but I don't see why we wouldn't go ahead and dig that hole. Sure.
Sure. Where are you going to bury her?
Out. Oh God. Do any of us actually know where she lives? Because she lives out in the woods, right?
Well, yeah, Tower and Aranoa go back a little bit. Just they both been here for a while.
Sure,
Okay,
then you know where she lives.
Mhm. And of course, like Flint's the sheriff, he probably should know most of the living locations around this area.
Well, I thought
And,
she only
um,
kept to herself out in the woods, so it was like secret.
It's a little town full of little people.
At this time, I would say that if anyone wants to say any words about Aranoa at this burial, you don't have to. It could just be order of business because you know Munson, your Caladan is coming.
I would.
If you wanted to.
In the short time that I knew, not the short, in the time that I spent getting to know Aranoa, she has proven herself to be a gracious party member, a reliable friend, and a intelligent inventor. And all three of these things are qualities that I value deeply in a person. And I hope greatly that our efforts to bring her back are within her wishes. And yeah, that's
Well said, Tower. I'm not much for words, but I echo same sentiments.
indeed.
And the
Aranoa's
last-
been a pillar of the community as long as I've known her. Not many people around here know how to work with machines. She has a special touch with them. I've never been so proud to have. I can't finish that. Absolutely. But Aranoa's been an absolutely wonderful and indispensable member of our team, and an esteemed friend. You were done in too soon.
And with the words and possibly a few shedded tears, you leave Aranoa at rest while you wait for Monsignor to return, at this point in a day, and return to your homes for the evening, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna be able to sleep a wink.
And I
Top of
promise
the
you,
hill.
I will release you in just a moment. There's just one last thing I want to do. As the camera, that doesn't exist, but for the purposes of our imagination exists, zooms in on the makeshift cross I assume is there because this is a fucking Western, okay?
Makeshift onk.
Oh,
Yes, makeshift onk.
It's an Egyptian Western.
It is a particularly dark night as suddenly a flash of firelight glows against that ankh and quickly dies down. The sound of a match is heard as it strikes.
Oh God.
And the
Oh,
POV of this camera, you hear a familiar voice.
This world is particularly cruel to our kind. For centuries, the Washichu have poisoned this land, tried to shackle it and forge it to their will. The blood of our ancestors stain the earth and cry for absolution. You and I, we walk between worlds, ears too sharp for the civilized world, too dull and short-lived to ride the plains with our brothers and sisters.
You hear the sound of a cork and a liquid begins spilling into the dirt.
But we're hearing this in our homes?
No.
We as an audience are hearing this, not as characters.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if this works. It does.
Yet we bear the land. Yet we hear the land cry out all the same. The spirit of the West flows through all things. I can feel it, even now. As strong in you as it is in me. I don't blame you for cashing in. As I said, this world is hard, but the winds are changing. Never a better time to bet the farm. Just know, I aim to run the table.
You hear a blade cut through flesh as blood begins dripping onto the dirt. The sound of someone mounting a horse and the galloping in the distance. That's where we're going to end it.
Well, what?
Well, shit.
What the fuck happened? Well, this is gonna be a weird morning.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah. Terrific. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll see next session whether or not it all works out.
We'll find out.
Like that moment when like we get to the spot and Arano is already there. Look, guys, what's up?
All right, folks. It was a
GG,
terrific
thank you very
session.
much.
Yeah, it was very. It is pretty late now.
I know, I'm sorry. I really just wanted
No,
to do
it's
that
great.
before we stopped.
No, I like
For
that
sure.
we got to here. This is a good place to be in the end of the next session after the death, like
Mhm.
getting ready
Yeah.
for the resurrection. I appreciate how quick it is. So thank you for
Yeah.
that. So
No one said he resurrected anybody.
yeah, no, yeah, but
Simply prepared for the situation.
to the precipice of the resurrection. I mean, the hopes
Right.
that
Well, I mean,
Oh.
Monsignor Caladan is coming in a day, I suppose.
exactly.
We have a day to sort out whatever the fuck just happened in a cinematic.
I know those
Indeed.
are weird, but I kind of dig them, at least in this game. It just makes sense to me.
Yeah, it fits.
Oh yeah, it's great. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Talk to y'all later.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah.
Good
All right,
night.
good night.